this new facet against Bristleback. It's looked really good just because all those quills are just being reflected back to him and healing you up a little bit. It makes you more tanky. Same with the Blade Mail.
As they went level 2 in the enchant, but Nightfall, you know, sometimes you like a Warlock in your lane. You could get Shadow Word, heal up, stay in the lane, sustain. See the shackles on the Mickey, but there's not really a lot of damage onto the Lina. Their attention is onto Insania, who will give up first blood to Toronto Tokyo, but there will be a trade for the Lina to be picked up. And over mid, they also look over at the Enchantress, but they just don't have the control or the damage.
Insania still in vacation mode. I mean, definitely.
They're so aggressive. Well, why not, right? Chicken Fingers gives you that opportunity to have that with a Hex and a Shackle. There really isn't much stopping you from landing a Starbreaker afterwards, and they're confident enough to just go under the tower. And
that's very aggressive from Mira. He knows that he has Stick, Fairy Fire, and a bit of a heal coming out from Shackles.
And MK's in trouble. Starbreaker lands, and they'll have this kill. They might even get a second. They hit the Shackle. These creeps just aren't hitting Mira hard enough to kill him immediately. But now, finally dies to Insania, and Toronto Tokyo will have the Celestial Hammer, but just doesn't quite land everything. Ops placed on the high ground, sees Nisha, ball lightning in.
He gets it.
He picks up that haste rune very easily, and Panto now in a bit of trouble. Kiyotaka is there to help, but so is Mira. The Shadow Realm Strike just rips up this Enchantress, though.
As I said, this guy dies once, maybe he can die the second time. But all he wants to do is, okay, there's the first Solar Guardian. Nice setup.
Also got Panto to try and help out, heal up Mira.
Real in.
Ike is the target, but the Starbreaker not exactly on target there for anything other than just kind of losing Mira and running away.
Most of the time nice, but he's also super high level up when he was not pressured in the lane, which does allow him to stay in the lane, farm the camps close to him.
Net reel into a Laguna LSA. Toronto Tokyo getting a bit low. Is still alive, just fine. With a sliver of health, and now they've got Kiyotaka nearby. Popping that amplified damage should be able to get a kill here on a Boxy at least, but the Sonic Wave gets thrown out, only hitting onto this Dark Willow. Insania, not a lot of mana to work with. Panto's here for the heal just in case, and they've got Mira with the Hex, and they'll have Shackle if need be. If they don't, Kiyotaka's got a double.
In terms of when she gets involved, a lot of the times you will see Lina, especially if she loses the early stages of the game, not to get too involved early. Doesn't have a defense mechanism, so if you get a jump, they're gonna die. And Toronto Tokyo will secure this kill.
And that's what you talked about. Global presence, you can be in there. Solar Guardian makes it pretty easy. They are gonna get a kill over bottom on Mira and get the Courier.
But did not go for it. And now, with God's Strength still remaining, they might be able to finish off this tower. Nightfall needs to be careful.
Yeah, God's Strength ran out. And now the chase is on, but a two-man Stormhammer into a Solar Guardian. They'll bring in the Dawnbreaker, who doesn't have a lot of mana to really follow up jumping in. But all these heroes are here for Aurora. They'll have Queen of Pain back, and Liquid, they're on the edge. They're looking maybe to initiate, but instead Kiyotaka is the one who jumps forward. They land that net, and Saberlight's going to be slowed up. The Celestial Hammer as well as the Stormbreaker.
Big terrorize.
But Saberlight fighting 1v1 against Toronto Tokyo now gets some help here from that Storm. Good Sonic Wave puts Storm low. Nisha ends up dead. And Toronto Tokyo, he's caught within the wards, but he should be fine. That combo feels really sweet. Kiyotaka pops the Blade Mail, boxes here. Nisha also over to the side with Insania.
He knows. He can reset multiple times. Mira caught him.
Shackle, Solar Guardians coming in, and that's an easy kill on Nisha, set up again by Shadow Shaman. Just got so much farm.
I feel like he's gonna catch him here. Obs is ready.
Blink Dagger is available for Mira. Smoke will break. And with the God Strength, it's just such an easy kill.
We actually have position 4 and position 5 swapping in terms of how much farm they're getting and how many deaths they're having in the team. We've been, I'll hold that thought.
Dawnbreaker, they really have the damage for this? Solar Guardian, Sonic Wave, Insania's dead. Saberlight moving forward and the Terrorize landed. Now you've got the Wisp to heal them up. And Kiyotaka just moving forward. Not a lot of mana, but has the help from Nightfall with the God Strength and the BKB popped. That means Saberlight dies and the push can go for Aurora, but maybe they can find themselves another target.
I mean, we've been in the meta where Riki, Nyx Assassin have been popular a couple of months ago, and these heroes were kind of getting the kills, cutting things out, and then dying. Another pick off.
Nisha He will outlast
Nightfall's ready.
everything, and now Mira going to be pulled in by the Vortex.
Got
But
him.
Nightfall comes in, and that's just kind of punishing the greed of
BKB
Nisha.
9 seconds.
They're trying to go.
He's
They'll
stuck.
find themselves this Sven and try to get this kill and will. Now getting Nightfall, they hit the Terrorize onto the Dawnbreaker, and the BKB running away is Lina and the rest of the supports.
Like Kiyotaka literally is a flip a coin type of a player. His Hand of Midas Pango didn't really work out. His Ember Spirit day 1, day 2, it worked out amazingly. Storm Spirit needs to be careful. Let's have BKB and TP ready.
But they're still sticking with Nisha, kind of forcing him to use all his
Yule
mana.
Scepter's ready.
Yeah, Yules will stop that TP, and now you've got Solar Guardian that can fly in for the stun. The Starbreaker lands, and just the follow-along. Oh, Nisha surviving thanks to Insania being there with the song.
Let's see if Kiyotaka can read this one.
He's still netted up for a while. They'll get Insania instead. But Nisha survives because of the song Sacrifice. Nightfall,
They
I
see
say
him.
that, but now they're going, and they hit him one time, and they'll get this kill. I said he survived, but the chase was still there, and the ward giving them everything they needed to get that kill.
Okay, no BKB. Kiyotaka's ready to go in.
Kiyotaka continues to do this, where he is just mirroring these movements. He's sticking to them, and right on to Mickey.
Mika can't deal damage. These two Blade Mails, you know they're coming, and without a BKB, you're just gonna hurt yourself. Nisha, again, doesn't have much mana to work with. Mira, he's ready to jump in.
Chicken Fingers and the Hex. Terrorize, so Nisha can turn this, but Nightfall is here. Oh, the cleave. Oh, Nightfall. The God Strength just crushes both Boxy and Nisha.
Insania, no song, is dead as well. That's a triple for Nightfall.
1600 from Nightfall on that attack.
Pretty much the only time
boy.
Nightfall dies is when Nightfall decides to die and gets himself stuck. But this time, steps Sven, ultra kill for him. Getting unstuck.
Dark Willow. He's gonna spot Kiyotaka, but they've got the Solar Guardian. Kiyotaka, again, just killing Boxy so quickly. Nightfall gets Insania.
Mickey's
Without both
also
these
dying.
supports, there's just no help, and Mickey is dead to Mira. They'll find Kiyotaka, they'll vortex him in, and they won't get this kill. Able to blink away. Sonic Wave finally finishes off Kiyotaka, but
1,000
it is
gold.
just costing so much, and you're not able to TP out on Saberlight, so he'll end up falling too, and 4 heroes are dead while Nightfall takes the base. It's bigger than my apartment. Ball Lightning looking for the Enchantress, but Sproings, and they've got the God Strength. Mickey never had a chance. Neither did Nisha. They called GG right there and then. Triple kill for Nightfall, making it an
Another
ultra kill.
No more heroes to kill. No Rampage for Nightfall. Well, this game was just a complete beatdown. Aurora winning pretty much all 3 lanes, starting with them getting first blood, and also allowing them to win the lane for Sven. They didn't put enough pressure, which does allow him to stay in the lane solo, get some of the XP.
Sven had so many items. Lina had died so many times that it just wasn't looking realistic that he would ever get to the like satanic Daedalus. Pretty good. I mean,
yeah, lane's good, tempo's good. I mean, you are playing versus heavy team fight. Like, it's kind of hard for Aurora to fight.
Just fighting back and forth with Boxy. What does this do, though, for Toronto Tokyo in terms of the item build? Because usually when you've got this Chen, they'll build a couple items that maybe an offlaner would have wanted, and I'll hold that thought as Insania gets first blood as the Elder Titan onto Mira. So Rubik doing Rubik things, as you'd say.
She dies finally.
Nightfall.
There's another one.
Ooh, they've got another one, but they had the Shackle, they had the Gale, they'll have Insania. Nightfall is dead. Panto under the tower, gonna get chased even further. Insania's got a lot of extra damage here, plus 83, and Saberlight's gonna get a double kill. It's already a 3,000 net worth lead for Liquid.
He needs an early blink trigger. I think this is the only way you can try to make some kind of a plays, because Doom is very static. Oh, Nightfall, he TP'd in. The reverse Nightfall. Let's see if he's gonna pay with his life.
Here, but he's only level 4.
Not much
Sleight
mana.
of Fist, Searing Chains, and Saberlight working with the Shadow Shaman, who's got the Shackle on a Nightfall. He's dead again. TP'd into the lane. It's going to be on cooldown for 54 seconds, and it's going to be on cooldown for a while when he comes back. Another kill by
Nisha's here.
Insania. Nisha comes in. He's level 6. Boundless Strike Sleep avoided, but it's not going to matter. Kiyotaka falls to Nisha, 7-0 Liquid.
Monkey King, 7-minute rune. We've seen this time and time again. Observer ward behind enemy tower. I don't think they're getting this rune. Box is in a position
again.
already.
Oh god, 3 heroes. Make it 4. Mickey's here just in case, not even needed, and they're going to take both shrines. Don't have to do Rubik dirty like that.
I mean, what does this hero have to do in this game? It's a very difficult game for him.
Ulti
Nightfall.
from Saberlight.
Yeah.
Nightfall under the tower.
And again.
He's dead on his screen already. And they're going to go forward and... Oh, it is.
God.
Yeah.
It might be time to call this game like 12 minutes in.
Yeah, it might be. I mean, they got a kill on the board, but this is still looking pretty brutal. They'll get 2, but they are going to lose Toronto, Tokyo. Kiyotaka
doing
now,
a good job.
Fade Bolt, and there's a kill in a Boxy. All of a sudden, I say it might have been time to call it, but they're coming back into the mix. They've got the Searing Chains, but they don't have a Doom. Not sure it's going to matter, and it won't. So they dove in a little bit far.
Pre-15 minutes, so he's now thinking, maybe I can buy another component. Maybe I can buy Ogre Axe and still have enough to buy a shard. Boxy, chicken.
Kiyotaka. There will be a Boundless Strike, but Kiyotaka has enough mana with that wand. Oh, they got the skewer back, but here comes the Earth Splitter. That'll land on a 2. They don't get the kill on a Saberlight, and Rubik.
Oh god, they're all dead.
Toronto, Tokyo also in trouble. He will fall in a second. As they've got themselves a second, they'll look for Panto, and the chase is on to kill the Chen, but he is netted up. They don't have a sweep to land. He'll also go through the Twin Gate. That's...
Yeah, I think this is the highlight of Aurora so far from this game. Surviving that gank. Nisha,
Shackle.
That's going to be another kill.
Nightfall, he TP'd out last time, but he won't TP out that time. Mickey is coming over towards this Aurora team. They've slept up the Chen. Mira, Rubik, dead again. First splitter is going to be thrown out.
2 in 10
will
seconds.
Connect onto Nightfall. They've got the Sleight of Fist. They'll throw out that ult from Saberlight. He'll remnant away, but they will look to try and get this Chen. They'll sweep him up, and they should be able to kill him off after they get Kiyotaka. Panto, there's not really a place to run. And Saberlight will be the one who claims the life of this Chen.
See what Boxy's drawing on a minimap. Push out all of the lanes.
Oh, Nightfall.
Saberlight gets him with Noxious Plague. Rubik about to die again.
Good
0,
spell
10, and
Rubik
2.
was Hex, but he's dead. Again, for the 10th time.
Radiance is done. That Hand of Midas has been sold. Hail Mary play from Aurora. There it is.
The Skewer under the tier 4s. Mickey, he'll start to run, but they steal the Avalanche. They've got the RP, and they've done it. They've killed the Tiny, but Kiyotaka is dead. It's a trade, but one that gets them a good amount of gold. They're still smoked up on Aurora. They're still looking for a target, but the Boundless Strike on the Blink Forward, BKB, RP, but the Yule's up into the air. Monkey King, Skewer, Doom used. This is Shackles and a kill on Anisha as well as Boxy. An opening found by Aurora.
I think Mickey still wants to take the fight. Saberlight has Noxious Plague already. If they find an opening here, if they find the Blink initiation, of course, they're going to find Rubik, Glimmer Cape.
And a God.
Sidestep from Mickey.
Still alive. Sleep. Gonna run out. He'll wake up. They've got them locked up with the Shockwave, but the Earth Splitter coming through. Nightfall's in trouble. He doesn't have Doom. They get the kill. And now the Avalanche. They'll find Mira. Mickey's got a double kill. Sleight of Fist, Searing Chains, but Kiyotaka's running out of mana. And the Skewer back under the tier 3 tower. Mira's gonna buy back the loot for Saberlight. They'll get that kill with a Fade Bolt. Toronto, Tokyo is dead though, and now Sleight of Fist, Searing Chains. He's got an Aegis. Not sure if they can kill him twice, but they finally get that first life away with that Fade Bolt. They still want to get a kill on Insania, who's looking for the sweep, but Kiyotaka now slept up. Mickey looking. Should be able to get this Avalanche and the toss, and he's dead. And Boxy's back into the fight. They hit that
Mira, he just
shackle.
bought
Mira
back.
just bought back balance strike going over to Panto. They'll buy back on Kiyotaka. He'll go to the Remnant on the back end, taking out Insania. Panto falls. Mira hit by that
Rubik
avalanche.
with Glimmer still
and Rubik
alive.
is
Not
gone.
for long.
Mira now dead for 70 seconds. They'll finish off Boxy. He's going to be dead for 50, and they're still
Nisha might
looking
die
over for
again.
Nisha again.
Kiyotaka.
Nightfall, no doom for 40 seconds. Toss over it onto Kiyotaka. But Nightfall, Infernal Blade hits on Amike. He'll go for the Avalanche, trying to TP out, but the damage is there, and they got the Tiny.
So 2 buybacks, actually 3 buybacks. So Panto, Kiyotaka, and Mira also did buyback in the previous fight. But look at the gold change and the XP change.
We've seen a lot of comebacks, so until that throne falls, I am definitely hard set on saying that this game is possible for Aurora. Sweep, Serpent Wards came through from Aurora. They should be able to get the kill into Boxy here, at least one, but he's got the Gale Guard. He's still in the run. He ends up surviving with BKB being popped by Nisha. The chase is on for Kiyotaka. He's got a Remnant, but it's moving slow. The Earth Splitter was used, and Kiyotaka's not able to
Boxy's
survive.
now in.
Boxy, with him surviving that attack, he's able to get the shackle and the Serpent Wards down on Toronto. Tokyo Mickey gets the kill. Taking out Panto is Nisha.
Oh man, they thought
They
he's dead
really turned it
because
around.
against the foul play, all you need is 1 Radiant stick, but Boxy getting the Gale Guard last second, making sure that he gets enough. Toronto Tokyo getting scouted, getting his Blink Dagger canceled by ET. Oh, look at this damage. He's slowed. 100 move speed on Kiyotaka. Nice dodge from Saber.
RP, Mickey, BKB, and he is alive. Still an nullifier onto Kiyotaka, but the shackles connect on a Nightfall. GG is called. We're going to a game 3 Liquid. Take a very easy game number 2.
Game 1 was pretty massive beatdown from Aurora. Second game, Team Liquid, they're like, oh, you want to see us do the same thing, but beat you even harder? Because this one was really not competitive.
Really tests the hero, but for now it worked. It looked good. This game was very, very stompy, 11-42. I think this is when we see Liquid play at their best. This is how they play, right? You can run at the hero and you can kill him, but what I do like what Nightfall's doing is he's putting 1-point stun and he's actually getting Warcry instead to make himself a bit tankier.
Something, oh, smoke, and they just scouted him out. Nightfall is in a good spot. You're fighting into Sven with Stormhammer. Let's see if he decides to commit for it.
Ooh,
he's
now
the one
he's sold
isolated.
But still holding on. Shockwave, Disruption. Kiyotaka off to the side. Flame Break. Now that curveball will sit on Saber. A Blood Grenade. First blood for Nightfall. But Toronto Tokyo looks like he'll be traded because they had the Searing Chains to stop him from getting up onto the high ground.
Sticking a palm in a longer fight tag team, but instead they wanted to get better spells overall. There it is, shards from Insania. Mira is stuck there for a couple of seconds.
Boxy's also here. Flame Break, Searing Chains, all of a sudden, once again, 4 heroes mid. Trying to get Mira. Who are they going to give it to? It'll be Nisha. I mean, that is 4 heroes in the mid lane to start off, when it normally isn't bottle immediately for Nisha and an Ember Spirit. How is it against the puck?
Ember Spirit likes to play into this matchup, like his, as we can see,
Taka?
like even before that bottle, Kiyotaka with the curve, and will still die. And that answers your question. Because I want to see some diving, I want to see them play super aggressive, and Mickey already trying to TP in, thinking about it.
Thinking about it with Panto going back under the tower when he TP'd to the lane. So if you could pressure that and then get aggressive, that would be interesting. But now Disruption, Skewer, and immediately trying to TP, but the damage is overwhelming, and a pause from Nightfall as he disconnects after they got that kill onto this Nature's Prophet.
But yeah, Enchanters did one hell of a job in game number 1, where did allow us Nightfall to stay in the lane for a really long time, and now Mira with the tag team.
Very dead.
Sprout, Mickey will get the kill.
For a moment. He'll get that level 5 now. Does have that Waning Rift silence on Tanisha, avoiding that slight. Had to go all the way back to base. Now Saberlight, Panto not going to be able to survive the trade coming through with all the stacks of Sticky Napalm. And again, Mickey even feinting TPing over into the top lane and try and go for Nightfall, who's got 10 stacks of Sticky Napalm on him. By the shrine, so they were able to sneak in and steal those stacks. And now this Illusory Orb is going to jaunt back, but no, he'll hold it. And that could be an issue. Dream Coil popped and the Wrath of Nature flies in. That gets Kiyotaka, who uses this Dream Coil just to hold them down for a second, but nothing more. Again, I do worry about how much space they give to Nightfall, as we saw evident in game number 1, but it is not the same. Coil's back up. If Kiyotaka wants to try and turn this, they've got Panto.
Saberlight also wants to go
Ooh.
up. Croaker.
Tendrils hurting this a little bit. Wrath of Nature, Snowball coming through on a Panto. They'll get the kill on a Kiyotaka. It's falling apart for Aurora. And they try to get this kill on Anisha, but he
It's
is
a lot of physical damage.
really now going after another kill and will find this Enchantress. Anisha will be able to remnant onto the other side, and now the attention is on a Nightfall who has no help. So top lane, it gets devastated by the moves from Liquid. It was all started on Aurora being the ones who wanted to play aggressive, but Liquid have come out ahead, and now they've got themselves a pretty significant lead.
Damage and a bit of a tankiness that he can provide. And now they are underneath the vision. RP in the bottom lane.
And the Skewer, Mickey in trouble. We'll throw out that Wrath of Nature, but he'll still end up dead. Now it bounces over, and Mira gets traded out by Insania.
They wanted to make a move
With the overprotective Wisps and the level 2 in the Nature's Attendants.
didn't commit. Not sure if he was able to get to lasso, but Mickey wasn't responding immediately, and now Kiyotaka
Great
again
positioning
in a
from
lot of
Insania.
trouble.
Another Dream Coil, just not really for much. But Buxy looking potentially to go in with a lasso. This feels like another situation in where they need Toronto Tokyo to kind of have that blink RP moment. They're just going to jump forward. They'll find themselves Mira. There's nothing he can do. They'll go to the RP, and this is the moment I was talking about.
With the sun.
We're back with the Stormhammer and the God Strength, but they hit the lasso. Illusory Orb coming in. They don't have Dream Coil, and this is a really bad fight for Aurora. They're going to lose Nightfall. Kiyotaka drops. Toronto Tokyo hit with the Walrus Punch, and Saberlight not afraid to go onto the tower. He's also got some help from Nisha, who will throw the Searing Chains onto 2 heroes, but no creeps to tank the tower, and Toronto Tokyo is going to be fine. But another fight again from Liquid. These middle of the lane wards have done so much for Liquid. Their vision game this game has been on peak, and they're going to go find themselves a Magnus once more. You know, something that was interesting to me in the last fight's fight recap was the fact that they all did equal damage throughout the fight. It was all about every hero doing about 2,000 damage. And there's not one guy they're heavily reliant on in these fights, and they're all going in to try and overwhelm Aurora. They've got the puck coming over. Kiyotaka is going to be here. Stormhammer, God Strength, Shards block him out of the position, which forces them to use Dream Coil to still just get this kill onto the Tusk. We'll see how they initiate. They still have this nighttime. Kiyotaka might be the one who's caught. Silence, Snowball, and the Remnant forward. They have got everything needed to get Kiyotaka. Nisha now godlike. So God Strength, when that's down, might be the moment where Liquid want to go. But right now, they found themselves this Magnus, who was thinking about the RP, but the Skewer is off the mark. They hit the lasso, that'll pull him back, but the Stormhammer the damage. They take out Boxy, they look over as Dream Coil was used, and now hits away at this Ember. God Strength.
Saberlight Blink Dagger in a second. He's in.
Right on top of Panto, but the rest of the team not there in time. That's going to make them feel a bit vulnerable. But the push can come through. Toronto Tokyo, BKB, Skewer, RP, but the damage he's taking, Nightfall's in.
Look at the cleave.
Walrus Punch, but they've got the Harpoon, the pullback Insignia, they'll get the kill there. Amir's going to be forced to disrupt, but they land the lasso. It's on a Nightfall. He's sprouted, flame broken, and burning out. Nightfall is dead. Mira drops. Boxy dead to Kiyotaka. Dream Coil was on Amike, and he'll see Kiyotaka, who will be sleight-of-fisted, but avoiding it with Phase Shift, blinking away from Nisha. Has some help if Toronto Tokyo maybe can go in and get a blink shockwave score, but he really doesn't want to do that. It made Nightfall vulnerable. I mean, the lasso could go through anyway, but he wasn't really so confident throughout that fight. Kiyotaka's in trouble. Dream Coil comes in, and now Toronto Tokyo skewer through the middle of the fight. But they'll look for Nisha. Toronto Tokyo is the only one who's died so far.
He dodges it. Oh,
he is
God.
all alive and away from the fight and away from any harm. Nisha surviving, and the blinking from Saberlight. They don't want to stop. God's Strength comes through. Saberlight gets ripped apart by Nightfall, but that's really all you're going to get with this BKB usage. Shards are short of Nightfall, but land on the Panto. They've got Walrus Punch, and they'll have the damage, but he is now up out of the high ground. Sprout actually pushed him out. Mickey's going to TP behind the racks. Find that double kill, find the kill into Panto, but now they've got the lasso again in a Nightfall.
Nightfall
Mickey
got
with the
baited.
BKB, he's free to hit in, and they will take out the Sven. Toronto Tokyo misses the skewer once more. Mickey with that force staff onto the low ground. Now the shards, they block him Mira, they block him Panto. This should be another couple of kills for the side of Liquid. It's an ultra kill for Mickey. The RP is used. That connects.
They need
have a
Kiyotaka
chance
to
here.
deal the damage.
They get the kill into Insignia. They'll take out Mickey. Now they'll look for Nisha. Is the damage enough? No, not yet. Boxy ends up dead, but Toronto Tokyo falls too.
Kiyotaka.
Nisha on the run from Kiyotaka, who's going to be hit with the Searing Chains. The illusory orb is curved away from Nisha, but he has mana. He has that Blade Mail ready to go. Kiyotaka searching, not finding this Ember Spirit just yet, but there's the curveball.
Kiyotaka needs to be
And maybe he
careful
can
with
get
the
him.
Blade Mail.
Blade Mail, Waning Rift gets the silence, but Blade Mail's still going, forcing Kiyotaka to run away. Takes out his courier, and they'll curveball, but Nisha wants to go back
Remnant
in
in a
and misses that slight. They've got the jump back in from Saberlight, though.
Doesn't matter
He'll
with the
blink in, has the
BKB.
silencing, will get that kill onto the puck.
Amplify damage.
Removing that teleportation cooldown, like you said, means you could be anywhere at any time on any gank.
Bottom.
And there's that RP into a TP, but he knows he's got lasso, so he'll wait a second, look for the high five, and then say bye-bye. You don't have that high ground defense tool, that one thing that you're leaning on to try and bring the game back. Lasso connects on Kiyotaka, and he
Nightfall
is
did not want to follow.
got not a lot of life remaining. Mira's already dead to Mickey, and this puck will try to run away, but won't be successful as Nisha follows it.
It is one play that they do have. It's during the daytime, so Night Stalker's not going to be as effective.
Orntoss got strength, the damage, not enough.
No RP for
Nisha's
20.
able to leave in Toronto, Tokyo. You mean no RP for 75 because he is dead, no buyback. RP's not going to matter. Nightfall is going to die. GG is called. Liquid take the back end 2 games and will beat Aurora 2-1.
Very fast game from Liquid. Even though it took them 37 minutes, again, pretty similar to what happened.
And it's like, oh shit, he has like the same blink timing as the offlane Magnus because he was also farming. He was stacking the entire game, getting a bunch of stack gold, and he was also sneaking in some kills on those stacks himself.